I'm holding this because I'm only a singer. And this is honestly like it's a few times that I've actually been able to talk. All right, so today I'm going to talk about myself, and I hope it inspires and it touches a lot of people here. So my name is Natasha Shah. That's my original name. Most of you know me as Nattu Shah. Today I stand here before you as a singer, songwriter, composer, director, and a TV host. I have many personalities and I'm many things because of it. But let's time travel today. Let's go back to when Nattu Shah wasn't a singer or any of this that I am today. So I was born in Kathmandu. My mother lived in London, and I was raised by my father, which many people say that it explains a lot. My attitude, my personality, my dress-up sense. And I am a replica of my father. And anyone who knows him and who meets him will say the same thing. But growing up, like my father used to dress me up in like loose t-shirts and jeans, and a lot of people say like it's because of him that I am this way, but I disagree. Because I did the same thing to my sister, but the girl in her like kicked in when she was a teenager, and the only thing she talks about is like girls, sorry, that was me. Boys and boys and like makeup and Justin Bieber, Yeah, that's all that she talks about. So I don't blame my father. Some people are just born this way. So my school required us to wear skirts, and I hated going to school because of it, and I think I still hate going to school. I don't know why I'm here to study, but thank God I can wear pants and go now, But yeah, like my school made us wear skirts, and I hated it. I was so uncomfortable in it, especially because I wanted to get on the monkey climb, and you couldn't do the flip because, you know what happens when you do the flip, right? But then, us girls, we still found a way to do the flip, like by holding it like that. We could still do it. Yeah, so I didn't want to be taught how to sit like a lady. I wanted to wear shorts like my guy friends could, and I could run, because I was very sporty and stuff. And I used to hate it so much that, मेरो आया दिदीलाई पनि भन्थे के please मेरो वर्तमान गर्देऊ न यार, because I used to think that was the only way I could become a boy again. And because back then, it was so typical, like boys wear pants and girls wear skirts, But I hated it. I hated wearing frocks, dresses, stuff like that. So in school, I was more creative and I was more sporty than studious. And my principals and my teachers can confirm that. And I participated in musicals and singing and art competitions. I won a lot of medals for sports. I even received a black belt karate, which is hard to believe now. But yeah, I was like it, okay? Like, don't mess with me. But then, yeah, I did that, but none of it was noticed because academically I was not up to the mark, which was, quite a shame, because the only thing that mattered to you were your grades. I'm sure most of you studying here in Australia now understands that what matters more than your studies is your experience, right? Yeah, any experience, Maxo. Is more than your studies. And I'm sure most of you who finished colleges in Nepal know that we didn't gain any experience in Nepal because we lived off textbooks rather than practical knowledge. And not every child is designed to grasp that. I wasn't that child for sure. My teenage years was the most difficult because studies was already such a struggle to me. But I was also feeling very conflicted for being who I was. I didn't understand why I was not interested in boys, like the way my classmates were. They were always giggling, looking at men, and wee. And I was just like, you know, like, I didn't get it, you know? And then because of that, I guess like I found myself very alone, and I was very ashamed to tell anyone because I thought something was wrong with me. Mero mechanism wrong, something khuskat, you know? So I thought like, they would send me to an asylum or something for being who I was. So, but this is when music became my best friend, all right? Because I started making music and writing songs to express my emotions. Because nobody would know which gender my songs were directed to, right? Timi bhanyo pugyo, keda ho, kede ho, ko haina timi, haina? And then I felt safe, but yet I was heard. So I was 15 when I wrote my first Nepali song, Dherai Maya Garchu. And thank you. And Timi ko. And I recorded it, and I remember being so excited to make my friends listen to it. We had phones that could only hold up to 1 or 2 songs, MP3. And Bluetooth was bhakkar in the system. So whoever had Bluetooth phones were like the it. And I remember passing my songs through Bluetooth to my friends, and that was it. Secure. Then when I decided to study music in London, my father told me one thing: study whatever it is you wish to study, but eventually you will learn how to do business like me. I know, because of a typical parents. But then again, like, why not? Because like, music ma ke thiyo ra future, because like it was not considered one of the best professions. Like sure, fame, this, that, but last ma gaera ke chahincha? Stability. And music could not provide that, so he was very scared for that. So when I was 18, I went to London, and that's when I found out my song was famous, which was so late. I made the song when I was 15. I shared the song when I was 15. And when I was 18 and I went to London, that's when I found out that this song was going viral, and nobody knew who made this song. So immediately what I did was, बिहान उठ्न बित्तिकै, without even brushing my teeth, YouTube भने भक्करै सिकिरहेको थिएँ के हो भनेर. So I uploaded webcamमा हेरेर. I uploaded the song just to make sure that, I claimed the song. I gave a face and I gave a name to the song. Because everybody was saying, Nattu song. Hell, like people still call me Nattus. Because त्यो फोनमा apostrophe हुँदैन नि त. So they were saying Nattus. अनि मलाई अहिलेसम्म स्ट्रिटमा मान्छेहरूले Nattus भनेर बोलाउँछ के हैन. Which is so funny. But then then I gave them this thing that a mall, right? Not to, हैन. So wait, where was I? All right. Yeah, so during my free time, I would be on YouTube. I watched videos, and I started gaining like a small fan base and this and that. And I actually preferred things back then, because things were like much better back then, जस्तै लाग्छ, because now everything is about viral videos, viral banam, viral yo garum, viral त्यो. But what you don't understand about viral videos is that it dies out same way, okay? There's a reason why we're still listening to Narayan Gopalko Geetaru. Why? Okay, na? And every generation still listens to Narayan Gopalko Geetaru. I don't think there's anybody in Nepal saying, who's Narayan Gopal? No. You know what I'm saying? Anybody living anywhere in the world, they still know who Narayan Gopal is. Right? And there's a reason for it. Because there's beauty, there's content, there's material. There's something about like, singing from your heart. It's not about just party, drugs. No. There's beauty in it. And so like, plus like nowadays, it's more about like, if I trip here, you guys will make it a viral video, okay? So, okay. When I went back to Nepal, see, this is why I have this, because I go off track. So when I went back to Nepal, I got the platform that I wanted. I was a star in the making. I was getting featured on newspaper, magazines, being called for interviews on radios and televisions. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. But I cannot even begin to tell you how many times I was taken advantage of without my knowledge. People made a lot of money using my name, my fame, my creativity, and now, on top of that, people started to get curious about my sexuality, which I was like already so ashamed of, because I couldn't tell anybody. I was so far back in the closet, I was in Narnia, you know. But then, yeah, and then like interviews, people are like suddenly, they don't, like they tell you what questions they're gonna ask you, but they always miss that one part out. Because, they want you to feel very uncomfortable. And then they always ask me, like, in the middle of nowhere, they're like, so who are you dating? Like, I'm like, Rajesh Amal. You know? Yeah, I know. So yeah, there were times when I thought, like, why did I waste my time here studying, like, filming and music? Because, like, this was already, like, मेरो to poll kholi raha hai yaar public ma, and this is not what I wanted. So, like, I think it was only after I landed a job in the advertisement company that I realized मेरो आफ्नो value. Because I knew how to, like, your advertisement company, I learned how to, like, use my abilities to make the company grow. Because I was doing filming, I was doing music, and then advertisement company, it's both. So I was like, hey, I belong somewhere. Plus my boss, they were so kind to me. Like, they knew that I would be awake till like 5 a.m. in the morning. So like, they would be like, office jati baje aaye pani huncha. And that was like the best ever. And it was also at this time I met my dear friend, Niludoma Sherpa, who has passed, sadly. But this was when I met her, and then she was older, but she was an older lesbian. Okay? So she knew everything. Whatever I was going through, she was like, hey. She had already gone through it. So like, it was so easy for me. Because like she's like, I've done, like she was also in the Nepali film industry, and then she had already faced everything, all the kind of questions, this and that, and how funny it is, like, sabai tomboys are like, we look alike, why? Like, short hair and baggy clothes, you guys look alike. Yeah, so like, Nilu was my mentor, and she really helped me like to grow and to push myself, because I was already so scared. And what happened eventually was, like, she was just like, don't give a care in the world about what these people think of you, do what you want. And then what I did was, like, I actually stopped reacting. And what I realized was, like, when you give people power to, I don't know, make you feel vulnerable, they enjoy it, right? But once you stop giving them the reaction that they want, they get so bored, and they're like, hey, little reaction, and they just walk away, right? So that's that. My time is going up. I didn't know like 20 minutes would go so fast. All right. So then what happened was, like, once I started thinking positive, what happened was I got an opportunity to work with the Arbitrary group. And Arbitrary group visions were the same as mine. Like, we wanted, like, we wanted to take all these talents, push them, find talents, push them, help them, because I never received the help. I never received the help that I wanted. I never received the help that could, make me grow as like a musician or make me grow as a person. Because I think like everything in Nepal is about competition, and that's not the right way to go about things. You should never be in competition with someone else in the same field as you. Instead, you should learn how to like work together in synchronization and help how do we benefit each other. I think we should grow together. And that's the reason why like your Arbitrary group we have like had like thori amount of people as well, because we wanted to focus on them more. And we did help a lot of artists. And life was good. And I know you guys are thinking, if life was so good in Nepal, like why the hell are you in Australia? And I'll tell you why. It's because, like, recently I came out with an album called Nakali Nani. And I was recording it at my friend's place. And then he had his own house, and his house mein euta studio. And I was like, damn man, malai pani euta studio khulna man lagyo. And then my friends were like, ke cha ra, soundproof gardine ho, saman kinne ho, bhayihalcha ni bhaner. And even I was like, yeah, let's do it. Google haine haina. Google ma त्यो first त्यो essential steps हुन्छ नि, the initial steps त्यही नबुझ्दै. And I was like, मलाई खोल्न आउँछ त यार भनेर आफैले क्वेसन गर्न थाले के हुन्छ, do I even know like anything about sound? मलाई त गीत मात्र बनाउन आउँदो रहेछ, मलाई त यो साउन्डको के आउँदैन रहेछ. Because you know, like in Nepal, you're running after people, you're running after people a lot. So I was just like, okay, you know what? Kita, like, you know, I had two options. Kita, I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna study on how to, you know, make music, or either like, you know, I'm just gonna sit in Nepal, enjoy my life there, and then always be like, yo studio kasari khulcha yaar, you know? So that's the reason why I chose to, like, you know, get out of my comfort zone, because I was very comfortable in Nepal, I'm not gonna lie, and here I am like, oh my God, where am I? Who am I? You know? But, you know, there's a reason why I came out of my comfort zone and I pushed myself to study further, because now I know, now hopefully if I pass, at the end of this course, I will learn how to, like, you know, make my own studio, and I'll make sure that my dreams come true. And like, I think like what I want to tell you guys is like, you know, I think we are ekdamai used to being in our comfort zone. Whatever talent or whatever we want to speak, we don't say it because we're so scared to hear a negative remark, or we're so scared to, like, you know, I don't know, लाज लाग्छ हो कि के हो, हाम्रो बानी के बच्चा बेलादेखि त्यही हुन्छ नि, ए त्यो स्कर्ट लाज लाग्ला, you know what I mean? So like, I think we need to, like, push ourselves forward. We need to push ourselves, like, get out of the comfort zone and then see where that leads you. Because that journey is never, like, you know, it's never a regret. And my parting words to you will be, opportunity is everywhere. Just grab it and make it yours, I guess. Thank you.